together. Before starting today's lesson, let me introduce you my friend, Miss Chamari. Hello, Miss Chamari, how are you?
Fine, thank you, Maheshi.
That's great. Miss Chamari, today I brought you two pictures to show. Can you guess what this first picture is?
It's an aeroplane.
Yes, and it's very special because it's the first aeroplane in the world. And we see many aeroplanes in the sky every day. What do you know about the first aeroplane, Miss Chamari?
It was invented by the Wright brothers.
Exactly, you are correct. And the first aeroplane was invented in 1903. Miss Chamari, do you have any idea about the second picture?
It is the Tower of Pisa.
Of course, you are correct. It's the Tower of Pisa, which is in Italy. And do you know, children, the Tower of Pisa is made of white marble. And many tourists visit it every year. Is there any speciality of Tower of Pisa, miss?
Yes, that is one of the 7 wonders in the world.
Of course. I think our children also have seen the pictures of Tower of Pisa, right? Children, did you notice that I have highlighted some words in red? I think you can see them. Miss Chamari, can you read out the words which were highlighted?
Okay. Visit, see, is made, was invented.
Right. Visit, see, is made, was invented. Miss, can you name these words? What are they actually?
They are verbs.
Of course, they are verbs, but do you see them in the same form?
No, they are different.
They are different from each other. And what makes the difference? That's the question, right? We'll see what makes the difference of the verbs that we use in different sentences. By the way, Miss Chamari, do you know the main parts of a sentence?
Yes, I know.
Yes. Now, I have given an example to our children. The farmer grows paddy, right? In this sentence, can you highlight the parts, the basic parts of it?
Yes, they are subject, verb and object.
Of course, dear children, by now you might have heard of these words, right? Anyway, I'm going to help you to find the subject, verb and object of the sentence, right? Subject is the doer of the sentence, the one who does the action mentioned in this sentence, right? So it is the farmer. The farmer is the person who grows paddy. And what is done by the farmer is explained with the... What is that, Miss Chamari?
That is the verb.
That is the verb. So the verb gives the action of the subject. And what is grown by the farmer?
That is paddy.
That is paddy. So the action is explained in the object, right? So these are the 3 basic parts of a sentence, children. Subject, verb and object, right? Now, in English language, there are 2 types of sentences, children, right? Miss Chamari, can you guess what they are?
Active voice sentences and passive voice sentences.
Of course. Children, you might have heard of these 2 words, right? Active voice sentences and passive voice sentences. Active and passive. Is there any difference? Is there any difference, Miss Chamari?
Yes, there's a difference in structure.
Okay, so today we are going to learn this difference, right? So by now you might have got an idea what we are going to do, right? Okay, so in active voice sentences, dear children, we focus on the subject than the object. Miss Chamari, can you read this sentence for us?
The farmer grows paddy.
the farmer grows paddy. So, in this sentence, you see, the person who does this, the person who grows paddy is mentioned at first, and we have given priority to the person who does this. So, we call this an active voice sentence. Am I correct, Miss Chamari?
Yes, you are correct.
Of course. But what happens in the passive? What happens in the passive is in the other way. What happens there, Miss?
There the main focus is the object.
Yes, the object. So the action done. What is grown by the farmer? We don't mind the farmer, but we focus on his action. What is done by him? He has grown paddy. So paddy is grown by the farmer. You see, the first word is paddy. So this is the difference of active voice sentences and passive voice sentences. I think you are clear to differentiate between active voice sentences and passive voice sentences by now. Right. Miss Chamari, now is the best part. We are going to teach our children how to construct passive voice sentences. So, is it easy or hard? Let me know first.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. The first thing you have to remember that is, children, it is very easy to make passive voice sentences, but we should go step by step. Then only you can make a correct passive voice sentence. So, let us see what we need to do first. What do we need to do first, Miss Chamari?
We have to identify the object of the active sentence.
Remember, children, first we have to know the object in the active voice sentence. In the active voice sentence, I would highlight again, because we make the passive voice sentence from the active voice sentence, right? We make the passive voice sentence from the active voice sentence. So, first we should find the object, right? Miss Chamari, can you read the first sentence?
She draws a picture.
She draws a picture. What is drawn by her, Miss?
A picture.
A picture, yes. A picture is the object in the first sentence. And if we get a longer sentence, children, you have to find the object out of the set of words. So it will be a little harder if you do not understand it properly. Now look at the second sentence. Miss, can you read it?
They build a house in the city.
They build a house in the city, right? So out of these many words, you have to find what the object is. I can ask a question like this. What do they build? What do they build, Miss Chamari?
A house.
A house, yes. You can ask questions from yourselves like this and find the object of the sentence. So, Miss Chamari, we are done with the first step.
That's good.
Yes. So, children, find the object of the active voice sentence if you want to make the passive voice, right? I think it's high time to do an activity, isn't it, Miss Chamari?
Yes.
Of course. Children, I have given you some sentences. See whether you can identify the objects of the following sentences, right? So, the first sentence will be read by Miss Chamari.
He rides a bicycle.
He rides a bicycle. Can you get the object? What does he ride, Miss?
A bicycle.
A bicycle, yes. So, in this sentence, the object is a bicycle. Don't drop a because it is also a part of the object, right? So, a bicycle is the object. Miss, what about the second sentence?
Students read books.
Students read books. What do students read?
Books.
Books. So, the object is books. It's a plural object. Students read books. Books is the object. Right. Let's move on to the next one. Yes, the doctors. We are going to talk about the doctors who are very important these days. Miss Chamari, what's the sentence?
Doctors treat the patients kindly.
Exactly. The doctors are like that. Doctors treat the patients kindly. Now, I think you can see a few more words other than the other sentences. So, how are you going to grab the object? Doctors treat. Whom are treated by doctors?
The patients.
The patients, exactly. So, children, the object is the patients. The patients. I think you got it correct. And what about the last sentence, Miss Chamare?
She helped me a lot.
Okay, she helped me a lot. Who was helped by her?
Me.
Me, right? So, I think you find it new here, right? When you see the word me, you know that it is a type of a pronoun. So, a pronoun also can be used as an object in the active voice sentence. Dear children, what happens if you get a pronoun in the active voice sentence when we are making the passive voice? Are there rules that we need to follow? That is our focus. Changing the object pronoun into the subject pronoun. That is the second step that we are following. Miss Chamari, can you read this sentence, please?
She helped me.
Right. So, what is she here?
That is the subject.
That is the subject. And what about me?
That is the object.
That is the object. So, you see clearly that we can see subject and object in this sentence, right? So, but the thing is that object is a pronoun. We call it an object pronoun. When we make the passive voice sentence, what happens to it, miss?
Then object pronoun becomes the subject pronoun.
Subject pronoun, exactly. So, me become I. Me becomes I. And what happens to the subject pronoun in the active voice?
Subject pronoun become object pronoun.
Yes, exactly. So, the subject pronoun becomes object pronoun and the object pronoun becomes subject pronoun. It's very easy, isn't it, children? And if you want to do these changes, you should know what are these object pronouns and subject pronouns. So, in this slide, you will see the first set of words are the object pronouns, and Miss Chamari will read them for you.
Me, us, you, them, him, her, it.
Okay, so the subject pronouns are like this. Me becomes I, us becomes we, you becomes you, the same, them becomes they, him becomes he, her becomes she, and it becomes it. It looks the same, right? But it's different. It looks the same, but it's different, right? I think this is clear for them, children. I think this is clear for them, miss.
Yes.
Yes, okay. So remember, children, when there is an object pronoun, make it as a subject pronoun when you make the passive voice sentence. I think it's clear to you. Right. Let's do an activity. Miss Chamari, can you read the sentence?
They advise us.
Okay, there's a sentence. They advise us. And I can see there are two pronouns in this sentence. What are the two pronouns, miss?
They and us.
They and us, yes. So, they is a subject pronoun and us is an object pronoun. So, what you need to do when we are making the passive is, you have to change this. How are we going to change it, miss?
Then us becomes we.
Yes.
They becomes them.
Them, right. So, the sentence will be like this. We are advised by them. We are advised by them. I think the change is clear to you. What about the second one, miss?
She called me.
She called me. What are the two pronouns that we find there?
She and me.
She and me, right? So, when we make the passive sentence, what are we going to do?
Me becomes I.
Yes.
She becomes her.
So, the sentence is, I was called by her. Right. And in the same way, next one, his father will protect him. His father will protect him. What are the two pronouns that you find here, miss?
Here his father, his, then him.
Right, okay. Now here we do not change his father, right? Because the main subject is father, right? So you are changing only the object. So the passive voice sentence will be constructed in this way. He will be protected by his father, right? Okay, and one last sentence. All the teachers admire you, right? How many pronouns do you find there, miss?
Only one.
Only one. Yes, so it's very easy to make the passive voice sentence. So the passive voice sentence will be, you are admired by all the teachers. Now, children, are you clear the changes happening in the object pronoun and subject pronoun? We hope so, right? Okay, so we will move on to the next step, right? That is the use of helping verb. Now, in every passive voice sentence, there is a helping verb. In every passive voice sentence, there is a helping verb, right? But it changes according to the tense and the object in the corresponding active voice sentence, right? So, I have given a sentence here. The security guard locks the gate. Miss, can you say the tense of this sentence?
It is present tense.
It's present tense. And what can you say about the object? It's
the gate.
Yeah, the gate. And is it singular or plural?
Gate is singular.
It's singular. So, we have to remind that when there are singular objects, the helping verb is different, and when there are plural objects, the helping verb is also different, right? So, the sentence is constructed in this way. The gate is locked by the security guard, right? So, these are the helping verbs that we use in the present tense. So, what are the three words that we use, miss?
Am, is, are.
Yes, am, is, are, right? So, am is used if the object is me in the active voice sentence, and miss?
If the subject is singular, we can use is.
Right. And if the object in the active voice sentence is plural, we can use are, right? Am, is, are, right? So, you have an activity to practice this. Can you match the three words that we talked, am, is, are, to these blanks? Can you match and fill the blanks? Right. The house, blank, painted by them. The vehicle, blank, repaired by the mechanic.
The flowers, blank, plucked by grandmother. The children, blank, protected by their parents.
And the last one, I, blank, helped by the teacher. Right. So, according to the subject, can you put the correct helping verb? Remember, this is the present tense. Here we go with the answers. The house is painted by them.
The vehicle is repaired by the mechanic.
Flowers are plucked by grandmother.
Children are protected by parents.
I am helped by the teacher. So, you can see is, are and am are used in this. Okay. So, now you know how to find the object, how to change the object pronoun into subject pronoun, and then how to differentiate the helping verb in the passive voice sentence. And then we will go to the main verb of the passive voice sentence. Children, this is really interesting. Whatever the tense that we write in passive has the past participle form of the verb. Whatever the tense, maybe it is present tense, maybe it's past tense or future, the main verb is used in the past participle form. Isn't it interesting, Miss Chamari?
Yes.
So it's very easy for you to remember, right? So, but what is this past participle form of the verb? And it's this. Now, you see there are 3 columns, right? With the base form, past form and the past participle form, right? So, Miss Chamari, shall we read this just like a drill?
Oh yes, that's a good idea.
Okay, I will start.
Okay.
Run, ran, run.
Take, took, taken.
Catch, caught, caught.
Buy, bought, bought.
Cut, cut, cut. Okay, children. So, like this, you also can practice it, right? So, our focus is on the 3rd column. Look at the 3rd column because this is the form that we use in the passive voice, right? This is the form that we use in the passive voice. Remember, we are not using any other forms, not the base form, not the past form, but the past participle form. Miss Chamari,
Yes.
shall we play a game? I will ask you the past participle form. I will tell you the base form of a verb, right? Okay. Buy,
Bought,
right. Put,
put,
fly.
flown.
Very good. Like this, you also can practice this with your brothers and sisters and friends and make sure you know the correct form of the past participle verb. I think this is clear to you, children. Right. So, let us give them a task. Okay, children. There are 10 words and I think you can make the past participles of them. Right? Miss Chamari, shall we read them?
Yes. Drink,
Drunk,
eat,
eaten,
dig,
dug,
cut,
cut,
drive,
driven,
do,
done,
feel,
felt,
play,
played,
bring,
brought,
think.
and thought. I think you have got all the answers correct. And children, now you are ready to learn passive voice, right? So now you don't have any doubts, for sure we wish so, because you have learned how to make the passive voice sentences, right? So, you know, you have to identify the object first and decide on the helping verb, turn the main verb into past participle and change the objective pronoun and subjective pronoun. So, that will be the end of today's lesson. Hope you enjoyed the lesson and you can watch our programs in Guru Gedara, and if you want to watch it again, you can subscribe the channel NIE. Until we meet from another interesting lesson, stay safe. Goodbye.
Goodbye.